been interested, Simon. I've been wondering how Mourinho was going to do at Roma, and then who follows him out to Rome. But Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham gets his chance, and they bought him for big money. And now he has received an England call-up by Southgate. I was watching Sky Sports News. Rob Dorsett on last night suddenly revealed that, and I was hearing it later on talkSPORT. So here we go. 4 goals in 7 starts for Tammy at Roma. Where's your head with this? Because somebody was saying to me last night, never wanted him to go. Wanted to see what Abraham could do here. Yeah. And this guy's an Arsenal fan, and he was hoping that Arsenal would pick up Tammy Abraham. It didn't happen. He's gone to Rome. I mean, do you look upon this and you think, this is a kind of failure regards to Premier League, that the best young talent doesn't necessarily always stay in play here? And he has gone, and he's out there, and he's chosen a different pasture to go to.
Well, possibly. I mean, look, I was a major advocate for Tammy Abraham. I talked about him being able to perform on the top stage.
Yeah.
And talk about the fact that he was at a level that he had yet to have shown at Chelsea, but I felt it was in his locker, and I felt that he could play for top clubs. And that was sort of roundly sneered at by a section of people. Trevor Sinclair, which I don't take much of a badge and honour out of, came and concurred with me and agreed with the fact that he thought Tammy Abraham was a player that could go to greater heights. He's gone to a club that the manager absolutely bent over backwards to get him.
Yeah.
They paid an inordinate amount of money in salary terms for him, a real inordinate amount of money, and they've given him an opportunity to be able to be their main man. And that was clearly something he wasn't going to get at Chelsea for whatever reason, rights or wrongs of it. Chelsea were doing fine without Tammy, so we can't argue that somehow they're missing something, because they're doing just fine without him. I think he's gone over there. He's done precisely what I thought he would do, which was make an impact.
Did you think that from the word he hit the ground running?
Absolutely. I can't run an argument that he can play for any of the clubs that I consider to be big clubs and then go and play for a decent club in Italy, Roma. They've got a lot of money behind them. They've got a Mourinho that is well received in certain parts of Italy, certainly into Milan territory, and someone that really wanted him. Yeah. And then I turn around and say, no, I don't think he's going to be successful. I thought he'd be successful. I thought he'd do okay. He isn't tripping the light fantastic. He's doing well. But what's good for him is that Southgate is watching him, has brought him into the England squad. So is it a denigration or a missing opportunity for the Premier League? Well, he won a secret. Someone could have bought him if they wanted to. They didn't want to. Arsenal didn't want to pay whatever it was that they had to pay for him, or more likely they didn't want to pay the salary. Roma did. You see, the almost inevitable part of this, Simon, is he'll come back. Sancho, it was a matter of time. Back, United. Bellingham, in my view, with no disrespect to Dortmund or what the Bellingham family achieved here, and I know his dad did so much getting him out there in a very good way to Borussia Dortmund. Bellingham will be back here. Tammy will be back here. They all come back. Yeah, they may because well do. This is where it's at. They may well do, yeah. I mean, some people would argue that that's not necessarily the case because other people find their desires to be in Spain. But it's all part of perhaps box-ticking exercises where they want to play and test themselves and prove their levels in different countries. I think it was wasn't so long ago, that we were talking about our players not being aware of the way that the world works and necessarily cosmopolitan enough in their experiences that they open their eyes to all aspects of football. Going to play in Germany, once upon a time it was only Kevin Keegan and Tony Woodcock that did these sort of things. And now we've got younger players that are prepared to do it earlier in their careers because the opportunity is being afforded. And I think it's not a bad thing. I don't think it takes away anything from the Premier League. The Premier League this season at times has been electric. And these players come back when it's right for them to come back. They learn their trade somewhere else.
And historically, I often think it's a challenge that players rise to. And we've seen it over many, many years. I do remember, and I make no apologies for mentioning him, Maurice Johnson, leaving Celtic. Where did he go? Went to Nantes in France, and everyone was saying at that stage, Nantes, who the heck are they? Yeah. He was a revelation in French football. Big Alan McInally, Rambo, ended up going from Villa to Bayern Munich and was a sensation.
And you can see the Bradys and the Sounesses and the Trevor Francis going to Sampdoria and Juve and so on and so forth. You can also see other people like Des Walker, they didn't profit from it. Ian Rush didn't profit from it.
It was the making of David Platt.
Made a David Platt. He was already doing well, but he went on to a different level there. There are other players that haven't. It all depends upon the individual player, the club that they go and join, and to some extent, the style of football that they're playing in. I think these players that we're talking about now are offensive players, and they're players that are given a different set of parameters. Gascoigne went to Lazio. He was a success, albeit more of a media success, I think, than actual physical one at times. But I think it's an interesting time. But I think going back to Tammy Abraham, he's a good player, playing for a decent manager, irrespective of what people think of Mourinho. Playing in a team that Mourinho's been given a lot of support under, because if he can sign Tammy Abraham on 175 grand a week, he's been backed by his owner. And well done to Tammy.
Yeah.
Well done to him. He deserves it.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.